Good evening and welcome. Tonight we will be going over the history and geography of the Centre region of Cameroon. It's pretty big. It's a huge chunk of the country. I tried to loosely draw the borders here, but it's this whole area of the country, which is, of course, centered around the capital city of Cameroon, Yaoundé. It is not nearly as mountainous or flat as the rest of Cameroon. You can see the Cameroon Mountains over here. That leads out to a more plateau area. And it's kind of like in the middle, it's hilly, especially in Yaoundé, but not mountainous, not like the rest of Cameroon. You can see some national parks out here. We'll take a look at this one on Google Earth. It has a great slideshow. We can see the Sanaga River flowing through here, and the Nyong River, I believe it's pronounced, flowing there. So Yaoundé is in this valley area between the two rivers there. Yaoundé is actually not the most populous city in Cameroon. That would be Douala over here, the port city there on the coast of the Gulf of Guinea. But it's the Bight of Bonny, that's right, in the Gulf of Guinea. Fun fact, it's not the most populous city. It's because Douala is much older as a city than Yaoundé is. So let's get into its history, because of course people have been living here for a very, very long time. It's Central Africa, my goodness. It's pretty much since the beginning of human history there's been people living here. The main ethnic group of people living here were known as the Baka, more commonly known in the Western world as the Pygmies. I know there's like a stereotype of what a pygmy looks like, but they're not that short. They're shorter than typical, but they're not like 3 feet tall or anything. They're just slightly shorter than many other people in Central Africa, which Central African people tend to be kind of tall, so I think it's more of a stereotype than anything. There were, of course, the Fulani that occupied many parts of Western and into Central Africa. But the main groups that we're going to talk about around the capital are, of course, the Yaoundé, which the city is named after, and the Yaounde. From what I understand, the Yaounde was kind of the more dominant group when colonization arrived here in Central Africa. In 1884, all of the European powers met in Berlin to carve up Africa and decide what parts of the continent was going to whom. It's known as the Scramble for Africa. And Cameroon was given to the Germans. The city of Yaoundé was founded in 1888. It was not meant to be a city. It was meant to be more of a trading post / research station. They were trading ivory and rubber out to, I suppose, Germany and the rest of the world too. World War I would happen not terribly long after that. Belgium, from the Belgian Congo over there, would invade this area to try to keep any income going to the Germans they were fighting against. They occupied Yaoundé in 1915. And then after the war, the League of Nations, which was founded after World War I, decided what to do with all of the territory from the losing side, in this case Germany. Cameroon was split into 2 different regions. This area, the more mountainy area that I talked about, went to the British. Who's that? Who's scratching? Well, it's Jet Jaguar, my silly boy. This area went to the British, that became British Cameroon, and the rest went to the French, and it became French Cameroon. Yaoundé became the capital of French Cameroon in 1922. French Cameroon, though, would gain its independence in 1960. France released a lot of colonies at that time, mostly due to Algeria kind of spearheading the way to convince France that having territory in Africa is not a great idea. So French Cameroon became independent in 1960, and about a decade later, British Cameroon would gain its independence, and in 1972, the two would unite to create just Cameroon. And 1972 would become the capital of United Cameroon. And I point that out because the most famous landmark in Yaoundé is what are they doing, these cats? Is the monument to reunification. So that's what that refers to. When British Cameroon and French Cameroon came back together to be just good old Cameroon. Good old Cameroon. Now there was, I did not write down his name. The first president of Cameroon resigned and put Paul Biya in place to run the country. That was in 1982, and Paul Biya has won every election since then. Let that sink in. 1982. That is older than me. That's older than a lot of you guys watching this. I know not all of you, but most of you guys watching this. He is the oldest head of state in the world. He is currently, as of me filming this, 93 years old and still running Cameroon. It's hard to imagine since the person running my country is the oldest person to ever run our country, and he's mentally declining at a rapid pace. And this guy is like 20 years older than him. So hopefully he's mentally present. I know I've met some 90-year-olds who are, thankfully, it's always good to see. But yeah, Paul Biya has been running Cameroon since 1982. It's currently 2026 that I'm filming this. So I don't know, maybe he won't be around for much longer. You know what I mean? I'm not hoping for that. But I'm just saying, maybe when you watch this in 2027, he won't be president of Cameroon, if you know what I mean. I'm not wishing that. I'm just stating facts here. It's statistically. But Yaoundé is not really like a tourist city. Cameroon is not really a tourist country. So there's not many like sights to see in Yaoundé. It's basically just a functioning capital city. It's just a center for government and people's, everyday regular lives. There's not much to see in the rest of this region. You can see all of the various towns around, but there's no pictures there because, like I said, it's not like a tourist place. There's no eco lodges or adventure forest safaris, I guess, out here. They are not trying to bring in tourism. There are tourists, but it's not targeted to tourists, if you know what I mean. It's not like Kenya or South Africa, other places around the continent. But there are some things to look at Yaoundé. So why don't I hit the lights and grab my tablet, make sure that these cats are under control. Right, Jet? He's sitting on the floor looking at me like, yeah, of course. My silly cats. And let's look at Yaoundé and the Centre region on Google Earth. Let's go. Here we are in the Centre region of Cameroon. Let's zoom out so you can see where we are in the world. Cameroon's pretty easy to find. Here's beautiful Africa. Cameroon is right in this hinge here. See the Gulf of Guinea right here? Right in the hinge. Right in the corner between West Africa and Central Africa. Is it West African? Is it Central African? Yes. It's one of those places like, is Azerbaijan in Europe or Asia? Yes. Is Turkey European or Asian? Yes. Cameroon is West African I think culturally, but geographically Central African. So here is Yaounde. Where shall we start? I guess we head right over here where most of the sights to see are. You can see this beautiful National Museum. Look at the grounds here. It's like a palace once it loads. There we go. It's really beautiful. Grand Villa with local history exhibits. You see, look at it is like a little palace. Isn't that gorgeous? Definitely French inspired. It looks like there's a lot of creepy art. Looks like a Nancy right there. Musée National. It's a beautiful building. All kinds of art inside. Lots of history. Look, you can see the centre right there. They've got events going on. All kinds of crafts and such. There's Paul Biya in his younger days. Look at that. My goodness. Lots about animals and culture there. Some beautiful fabrics, animal skins there. Look at this. And look at that outfit. That's amazing. Look at this outfit. Listen to my cats chasing each other. Oh my gosh, they're under my desk rustling. Anyway, isn't that gorgeous? Look at all the different patterns there. That's amazing. You can see this is kind of the main government area. We have the where is it? Like the actual center of government. I think it's in this area. I'm saying that because it isn't tagged and there's no pictures. So I believe it's over here. I can't remember what building it's in, but it's over here. Here is Charles Atangana. He was an important figure during the German colonial area. He was a translator and kind of, I guess, helped put Cameroon on the map. You know, stuck up for the people here. Made sure they got what they needed. Look at that. And made sure that his people were looked after. He's memorialized there. There's two really beautiful roundabouts. This is like the closest thing to a tourist site, anything, and it's the I Love My Country statue. It says in French and English, I love my country, Cameroon. J'aime le pays. J'aime mon pays. Excusez-moi. J'aime mon pays, le Cameroun. I love my country, Cameroon. So it looks like it was under construction in that picture. And then this roundabout doesn't really have any big statues. It's just really beautiful. I found a good slideshow that shows it off. I think it's this one here. The Rond Point. Yeah, look. Isn't it pretty? I imagine driving around here is a bit chaotic, but I assume people manage just fine. Look how pretty. It's just a really beautiful little roundabout, isn't it? Let's see. Also, like I said, the rest is just like regular city. You know, there's the airport, they have churches and mosques. This garden is fine. The slideshow's okay. I'd rather show you the national park up there. But up here is Mount Febe, which is the highest point in the city. Up on this hilltop, Cameroon. Peace in Cameroon. The Hotel Mont Febe there, so you can stay up on the very top of the hill, swim in this nice pool like that. A man is enjoying there. Get some Starbucks and enjoy the view of the city below. Isn't that amazing? Looks like they're working on projects up here. Yeah, that is Mont Febe. Over here are the Presidential Palace grounds. Look at that. Now we just looked at the one in Burkina Faso. What do you think of this one? It is it's this building here. The rest is gardens. Take a look at this building. It is rectangular, isn't it? Like I said in yesterday's video in Burkina Faso, it's that 60s to 70s architectural style. That's pretty. The area, oh, that is AI. The area where I grew up in California had a lot of that style of architecture, so I think it's kind of garish. I think it's kind of boring to me just because I've been around it. I like grew up around it. I get some Jordans. But I suppose it has its intricacies, doesn't it? To me it's like so dated. But look at the guards. Look at that. There's, of course, the flag of Cameroon up there. Looks like they're having an event of some kind at the palace. But yeah, look at all of this. Look at that. Like, there's just a roundabout that they made beautiful. It's a parking lot. It's very empty. But yeah. That is pretty much it in Yaoundé. There's other things to see, and as always, I highly encourage you to poke around and find some places to see for yourself. But, oh, no, it's not. I have to show you the reunification monument. It's the most important. Look at that. It's like a big tubular shell. We have this amazing statue out here representing Cameroon coming together. Beautiful tile work there. Look at that artwork there. The inside, it's so beautiful. You can climb up it. Reunification monument. It's a really beautiful structure. Looks like people are graffitiing in it, which I don't appreciate. There's some history inside. Isn't this neat? Yeah, this is like the real heart of Cameroon. See all the little children coming back together around the light of the beautiful African continent. At least that's what I think it's representing. There's a loud car outside. Oh, it's my neighbor leaving for work early in the morning. He's going to stall his car for a minute. He's one of those that turns on the car and then goes back in and gets his coffee and all that and then leaves. So sorry if you can hear that. Outside of the city, there's 2 sites that I found that are actually tagged with pictures. One of them came up in pretty much like everything that I researched. And it is this. The Parc de la Mefu. Mefu is just this region over here. But here you can find Ape Action Africa. And it is a primate / monkey / ape reserve. You can see some chimpanzees there. Cute little guy. A mandrill, right? That's what they're called. And gorillas. Beautiful, beautiful gorillas. It's a little skinny, but a lot of them were, found injured or unwell, and they've been taken here for their safety. Forest Trail 2, gorillas. Without gorillas, what hope is there for man? So true. Ape Action. So yeah, it's like a big walkthrough, and there's different zones where our little friends can roam around safely, be protected. So yeah, that came up in everything that I read about Central Cameroon. Mentioned this almost before Yaoundé. So I thought I would show that. And the other site that I suppose we'll end this video on is the Notch de Gaulle Falls, which is not what I quite imagined when I think of a waterfall. To me, it looks more like rapids in the Sanaga River here. But they are beautiful. There's the ferry going across the river. And there they are. Yeah, to me, that's not a waterfall. Those are rapids. But nevertheless, that doesn't mean they're lesser than. I still think they're lovely. So yeah, let's end this video here. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy this style of content, please consider subscribing. I haven't finished scripting the next episode. We're going to Haiti. But the Centre region of Haiti I've been poking around Google Earth and I've found like nothing to show you guys as of now. I might stumble across something while I'm finishing my script. So as of now, I don't have any Google Earth to show you over in Haiti. So if there isn't any Google Earth, don't be disappointed. But maybe in my final bout of research, I'll come across something to show you guys. So maybe there will be. I don't know. But we are going to Haiti. We're going to the border with the Dominican Republic up in the mountains. And a lot of history occurred there involving Haiti's independence war. So be sure to subscribe so you won't miss out. If you don't know the story of Haiti's independence war, oh, you know what? I forgot to show you the national park. If you don't know the story of Haiti's independence, you're going to have to subscribe because it is an incredible story. The only place in the world with a truly successful slave revolt. Look at this guy. He's chonky. My goodness. Please don't forget to hit that thumbs up for these little guys. And let me know all your thoughts down below in the comments. I'd love to hear them. Hey, it's Russell. What are you doing here, Russ? Goodness, look at this tusker. You know I love my elephants. Look at that. My goodness. There's a little friend. Little lizardy friend. Some wonderful forest elephants there. Lovely river. And my cat's growling at each other. Alright, the cats are fighting. So I'm going to end this video quickly. Look at that chunk. My goodness. I hope that you found this video to be relaxing and educational. And I hope that you have a good night. I got